Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus, good to have you on. Thanks for taking time this afternoon.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
I wonder if you could give us a sense first of what military folks would call a battle damage assessment from these strikes on Friday. Israeli leaders are calling them a success. Iranian leaders are playing down the extent of them. I imagine you'd expect both to say something like that. What do we know about what targets were hit and whether those hits were successful?
Yeah, it's obvious that the Iranian regime would want to downplay the success of Israeli strike, but I think that there's a lot of information, visual as well as radars and reports from the ground. When you add it all together, I think that in terms of destroying S-300 air defense systems, that has been one significant component that has been successful for the IDF. The IDF has struck very important targets that are related to Iran's weapons program, its ballistic missiles, and also parts of its nuclear program in a place called Parchin. And Israel has struck various facilities in and around Tehran and in other locations in Iran. So I would say that around 20 targets or 20 installations were targeted. Israel is reporting very good high percentage of hits, and the Iranians will have to prove that everything is working and okay. But I think that overall, what Israel has done is basically to pave the way for the second and third round of attacks, which I think will come not in the too distant future.
Okay, before we get to the possibility of further strikes, you mentioned striking a target connected to Iran's nuclear program, this one at Parchin. Can you be more specific?
Yeah, because the Iran's nuclear military program, which is still going on in full swing, now it's not so much about enrichment of fissile material. They've already done that successfully, and they have enough enriched material. And what they're focusing on now is what we call weaponization, turning it into a bomb and then making that bomb capable of being loaded on a missile and traveling as a warhead. In order to fire a warhead, you need powerful missiles. And in order to have a missile, you need to mix fuel and to have special equipment that is designed to do exactly that. And I understand that the specific location in Parchin, that is what was targeted and targeted successfully. I think Reuters reported it. These are crucial components for the Iranian military to be able to have both conventional and unconventional capabilities. It's the Iranian missile program. I also know that Israel struck various launch sites in northeastern Iran that are related to both conventional and in the future could be used for unconventional uses as well.
Okay, let's talk about next steps here, because there has been some speculation that given air defenses were such a significant part of these strikes, Iranian air defenses, of course, some of that would be natural because you want to allow your jets to move in, carry out their strikes without being targeted by those air defenses. But you're saying that was part of a plan to clear the way, in effect, for further airstrikes. How soon are you talking about? And in your view, have those further strikes already been decided upon?
So I think that they are prepared. The target bank is there, and the Israeli Air Force has practiced and has the capabilities. Immediately as the pilots landed, they went to debrief and to understand how they did well and what they need to do even better for the next time, specifically regarding air defenses and how they can approach their targets. So they are combat ready for the next round of strikes when the cabinet will decide an order to do so. That could happen immediately, and it could happen after an Iranian strike against Israel or unrelated. I think that we really are, and I'm not sure that many people appreciate it, but we really are in a different stage now in Western Asia or the Middle East, whereby Iran has kind of opened itself up to Israeli strikes. And Israel now will have the ability to decide when and where to strike, of course, taking into consideration diplomatic and military and political considerations. But it's really a new situation, not a good one for Iran.
It's interesting because there had been some reads of the latest exchange of strikes. Of course, the Iranian missile barrage on Israel October 1st, and now this Israeli response, which was expected, that both sides now are satisfied that they have reestablished deterrence, this phrase we use all the time. But are you indicating that may not be true from the Israeli side, that it's prepared to strike again?
Well, I have not heard the Iranian regime say that they are stepping down from their ultimate regime goal to annihilate the state of Israel. If and when they do that, then I think that will change the situation, and maybe Israel will have a different strategic posture. As long as that regime is in place, and as long as they openly say that they want to destroy the state of Israel, and they continue to fund terrorist organizations, and they continue to try to develop nuclear weapons, then Israel is not going to sit by and wait for that to materialize. So I think that we're definitely on another path. And the latest events, October and now the Israeli retaliation, they put the Middle East on a different trajectory. And I think that it's for the first time in many, many years, it's a strategic picture that doesn't favor the Iranians, and where Israel, Sunni states, and the US really have an opportunity to really take the regime out of balance and really force them to stop their belligerent activities in the Middle East. If Israel is able to do that with US and Saudi and Emirati support, that I think will be a significant game changer.
Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Until next time, stay informed and inspired. This is Dejobnik signing off.